Hey everybody, welcome to another SnowRunner video on the Nuumet YouTube channel. Today I am going to do an addendum to my beginner's guide. I recently gave some advice to a new player on Reddit and was quickly corrected by the other members. I was wrong about the starter truck, and I was curious to see what they were talking about. So what I did in my last live video was I started a new campaign to see what had happened, and Saber has updated the game and made the first experience for new players much easier to handle. And what's happened now is the Western Star is not even available. It is locked, and you can't sell the Fleetstar and buy the Western Star. So my advice now is to sell the GMC 9500, which you are given in the first contract, for money to upgrade the Fleetstar. So yeah, it's the Fleetstar. That's the new starter, and to rub my nose in it, Reddit did a Fleetstar appreciation post. Thanks a lot, Saber.
I'm still on speakerphone, aren't I?
Oh my God, Mordecai! I can't believe it did it again.
And that was my update for today. So the rest of this video, I'm just going to compare the Fleetstar and the Western Star just to see what has changed. And I have discovered that the Fleetstar has been improved a lot. So it is a good starter truck. Now in this test, I am doing a new game plus, so that means that I have all the upgrades and all the trucks and everything is available to me, so that's why you're seeing the Western Star there. But if you start a new campaign, again, it's going to be locked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test both of these trucks and pit them against each other. I'm going to enable all-wheel drive, and I think I'm going to give them some tires. Yeah, we're going to give them some tires. But I'm not going to upgrade the engine, and I'm not going to upgrade the transmission. And we're going to see how these do. So, yeah, come enjoy this with me as I go through all the wheels here. And those wheels are locked, not because of something that I need to upgrade. It's just that I didn't put the higher suspension on yet. But we're going to test these trucks as just stock right out the gate. Now, I find that on Black River, there's actually two roads to test trucks. There's one that goes up the hill, and there's another one that goes up another hill that is a big mud pit. So let's take the Fleetstar and the Western Star up the hill on the left and see how they do. And here we have both of the trucks starting out. This is going to be some exciting SnowRunner action here as they both struggle. Now, I want to iterate that when I first started the game and when it came out, the Fleetstar was a piece of shit. And they have changed things and made it a lot better. And I'm glad, because you kind of got steered wrong when you started the game. You're given this truck, and the other thing is that they've put a upgrade outside in front of it. So to be sure to pick up that upgrade outside the garage when you first start the game. So let's see what we're doing here. Looks like the Fleetstar is doing a lot better. I feel when I was doing this, the transmission and the engine worked a lot better together than the Western Star. And the Fleetstar does beat it up the hill by a few seconds. So, yeah. Come on, Western Star. You've already embarrassed me enough. But I will say the one thing about the Western Star, it has a bigger fuel capacity. Fleetstar 61, Western Star 76. So if gas is something that's important to you, then let's do. So what am I doing here? Okay, now I'm totally upgrading the truck to a flatbed and the crane, which most people do. Now, when I started the game, cranes were not available. So that's a new thing. But this is the common setup that most players do when they start the game, is the crane and the flatbed. Now, I wanted to see what the hangover was on the rear of the truck with the flatbed. So I wanted to see what it looked like with a trailer, and discovered that for the Western Star, when you put the crane on, you can't put a trailer on it. You can't attach a trailer to the Western Star.
Chinese it is.
So I went back in and I upgraded the Fleetstar all the way with everything. You can see everything's free. And so it's got the biggest engine, the SnowRunner transmission. And we're going to take a load up here, up to the mud pit here. So yeah, so I thought, so the only thing that's bad about the Fleetstar, in my opinion, is that overhang. Will it affect trailers? And as you can see, they've extended the rear hitch so the overhang doesn't affect trailers. But if you're just using the Fleetstar alone without a trailer and got in a very tight situation, in an off-road situation, that overhang is going not to be good. And what's unique about the Western Star is that there is no overhang. And basically that's what we had when we first started. We didn't have cranes, so it wasn't even an issue back then. And when I first started the game, it was just the Western Star and the sideboard trailer, and that's what I use, and that's all you got. Here we are stuck in the mud pit, but with a little finagling, with a little off-road finesse here. I think we'll put the lock and diff on. We're gonna waddle the steering here just to get ourselves up this hill, avoid the rocks. And we're on the side too. So, but this is a very good test. You know, if you're a new player and you're looking at trucks and trying things out, take the truck out up here and see if it gets through. Put a load on it, see if it gets through, and that's a good way to test the trucks. There's also another map that I forget. It's in America, and there's a road right next to it, and you go through some mud, some rocks, and then you go up a very steep hill. It's very good. I'll put a little picture of that, I think, maybe. No, I'm not going to do that. Because I'm too lazy. This is a voiceover, guys. So I actually did this video just to see what the freak was going on and compare the two trucks, and decided just to let you watch it along with me. But the Fleetstar is doing all okay. Although I will say that the crane does put a lot of weight on the front tire. And, you know, it really is, you know, SnowRunner's truck simulation game. You really don't see a lot of trucks with cranes on them in real life. Oh, yes. The Fleetstar did it. I was actually very surprised because it was a piece of shit before.
It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies. Everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now.
All right, we're back in the garage. We're going to upgrade the Western Star all the way with everything that we can put on it. We're going to have to take the crane off, so it's really not a fair battle, but it's similar. It's similar. It's a similar test. So, but you can see there's literally no hangover on the rear there, and that's what was so cool about the Western Star when the game first came out. And again, I'm going to say this again. We didn't get cranes. This is how you did the Western Star when I started. But we would do sideboard trailers. We weren't brave enough to do flatbeds. But again, I'm going to stress, you know, for me, I like realism. I like RP. I want to pretend I'm a truck driver. And if you go out in real life, how many trucks have cranes on them? I would say 10%, at least in the US. Now, does the Western Star struggle? No, the Western Star does just as well as the Fleetstar in the mud pit here. But I will have to say, in that first test, it was a little bit janky. It was looking for gears. It wasn't, shifting properly. And I think there's a little disconnect between the transmission and the engine. The other thing I wanted to say too, as far as looks, I don't like the style of this truck. This truck is a 1950s style, and compared to the Fleetstar, I love the Fleetstar. That's more of a 60s truck, 60s, 70s, anything from then on I'm okay with. But this is going way too back in time. So for me to tell everybody, hey, sell the Fleetstar, get the Western Star when you start the game, wasn't necessarily something I wanted to do because it looks like crap. But when the game first came out, this truck was a superior truck. Now it is having some trouble getting through the mud, just like the Fleetstar, but I think it will succeed eventually and get yourself out of here. But yeah, it was an interesting test. It was quite the epiphany to realize that things had changed, and I'm so happy that Saber actually did that. I made fun of it earlier, but they did go through and they added some things to the tutorial for a new campaign. Obviously, they fixed the trucks around and they made the Fleetstar a lot better so people can vibe with the game and they can get into the game. So you don't want to turn people off when they start playing a game. So I'm glad that they made the updates that they did, but the Western Star is not available, so forget about it. Hey, Western Star. I'm going to say goodbye to the Western Star now, and I'm never going to say Western Star 4964 ever again. But thanks, guys, for watching. Please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.
Wow, you really do care about Claire.